Kevin in Lincoln, UK. How are you?
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Cheers.
Sorry about the tipsy comment. I've had a few beers, so I might be a bit tipsy.
All right.
Right, well, I love the show. The last call was hilarious, by the way.
Thank you.
And
thank you, Denise.
Is, what's your opinion on in the God We Trust on your money?
I think it should be removed, but I don't think it's ever likely to be removed.
Well, I was just wondering, what's the point in arguing, trying to get that removed? Because in the UK we have God Save the Queen as our.
You're also not a secular nation.
I know we're not a secular nation.
We are.
Oh, wait a second. Are we? What?
Well, you are becoming more, but you have an official organized church as your state church. And
the church
so there's not necessarily a conflict there, whereas we live in a nation that was founded on secular principles, and about 60 years ago or so, some people decided that they wanted to inject God in everything. In God We Trust was not always on the money. This happened in 1954 when it became the official motto and was then added to all the paper money in 1956. It had occurred on some money along with a lot of other potential mottos. But the reason we're objecting to it is because this is a change. It is a particularly insidious change because it goes unnoticed. I have literally had people tell me that their proof that this is a Christian nation is that In God We Trust is on the money. And it demonstrates that not only do they not know how this came about, they don't understand why it was wrong in the first place. So in your case, you don't really have any grounds to say, get God Save the Queen off the money. And you guys are a lot more laid back about it in general. In our case, we used to have it the right way, and now we have it wrong because of some reactionary extremists who took over amidst some very, very silent non-theists. But it's not the sort of issue that I tend to fight a lot. I mean, it's not like I'm saying we should go out and have court cases all the time because, quite frankly, I don't care what they print on there. It's irrelevant to the point. But it's something that I think you object to on principle, but you don't necessarily go have a court case every day about it.
All right. Maybe in that case, then you should try and make America become a Christian nation, because the UK is definitely a lot more atheistic than your country.
I do have a personal theory that that the way to tame religion is to make it a state institution. Because that appears to be what an argument could be made that that's what happened in Europe and the UK.
And lots of people have made that argument that it stifles competition. That we have fostered a society in which religion is free to compete with other religions,
and where they have to work hard if they're going to make money, and so they do, and that's the problem. And competing religions, ones that don't get state support, are not able to compete because they don't get the free money from the state. So, arguably, that is could be a better way to do things. It's just it's very distasteful for us over here, to contemplate doing that out of just a purely practical
it may be
goal, knowing that we're not supposed to be a religious government.
It may be go ahead.
Yes. It could be quite funny, watching the fundies get their way and have America become officially a Christian nation. To shoot themselves in the foot and end up more atheists and non-believers throughout the whole country.
Yeah, they sure wouldn't be supported by the Republicans over here anymore. They'd be saying, "Hey, that's a wasteful government expense."
It may turn out to be a very effective way of getting rid of religion, but it's not the way that I'd want to go because it's wrong.
Yeah.
It may be a very effective way to cure athlete's foot by taking a scythe and cutting off your foot, but it's not what I would consider to be the preferred solution. A little Blackadder reference for you, just in case.
Okay.
Oh, good old Blackadder. Cheers, thank you very much.
Thanks, Kevin.
It's been great, John. Bye.
Bye-bye. There's an episode of Blackadder where they're talking about someone who is particularly clever, and somebody says, be careful getting that many good ideas, your foot may fall off. Does that happen? Yeah, I had a cousin who had the bright idea of cutting his toenails with a scythe, and his foot fell off.